So you got 5 seconds.
Right.
5 seconds to go live.
Big E, I need
3
5.
ain't enough, man. I need 5. Oh man, but yeah, this weather got my voice sounding crazy though.
Bruh, I'm just glad I haven't caught anything because of this weather. Praise God, knock on wood, everything. Like,
Oh man, what a day, what a mighty. But other than that, it's been pretty like substantial, pretty solid, like nothing too crazy.
yeah, I think the temp here got up to like upper 60s, maybe like 70 or so,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But yeah, it's just been weird because I'm not used to like that violent of temperature swing. That's how I'll put it.
Mm. Yeah, cause it started going downhill for me when I woke up to where they said, "Hey, it's 8 degrees outside, but it feels like -6." I'm like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" Because I got to go to work,
Bruh,
so it's like it ain't no situation to where I could just take the day off because it's cold. I was like, I gotta go make money.
bruh, like within a week, it went from like 20s and 30s to like the high of like 75. Like that don't make no
High?
sense.
I wish my shit went that high.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's like it's also sometimes like you have the heater on and the AC on in the same week. Like that's just
It got to the point where I had to put my space heater in the middle of the hallway when I walk in because it was so cold. Because the heat, I had to overpower my heat. So hopefully my gas bill ain't too crazy this month. Because I had to blast that heat.
oh yeah.
And hopefully people actually decided to take heed and what you call it and like leak their faucets. Because if you didn't, you taking a chance, my boy. Uh-oh. I'm getting a little glitch. Hold on. Can't hear you at all. Okay, there we go. That's what I was kind of worried about too, my internet. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm in the mountains, so my internet is kind of it's not spotty, but it has its moments. But were you saying something?
Nah, man, I was like looking at me being frozen, and you sounded like
Oh, so it
Megatron.
wasn't me.
Yeah, like I don't like I'm looking, I'm frozen, and I hear you talking. You sound like Megatron, and I'm just like, all right, eventually it's gonna go away.
Yeah. Hey, man. The beauty of technology. So let's not. I guess we're not going to
Right?
stall anymore because we don't want to risk the chance of something blowing out. So, hey, man, let me go ahead and hit this intro.
Feeling like GRESH UNLEASHED. One time for the sickos. I'm all elite with the game from the get-go. Ain't full of no stardust, I'm a real nightmare, bruh. You can meet me at the crossroads. Business is booming, I feel like the Hearst syndicate, and they tell me don't hurt anybody. I'm way too fly like Kevin, I could do this all night. Step back, it's a private party, I'm more dirty than down with the way I live. No saint like Ricky with the vibes I give. Looking at my watch, it's about that time. When I hit them with the toodles, it's a lot like Tiff. Might as well call me Tony, they don't even know that I'm timeless. AJ Francis, all I really know is first class. $1 million man, 2 prices, you ain't even over. Shout out to my dogs like Bron, baby, I'm a limit breaker. You are just a death rider, can't rest in peace. I saved that for the Undertaker. Proceed with caution, but you ain't Naomi. Can't book the team, your name must be Tony. IWC say you got to go. Hi-Lite Jermaine and GRESH, run it, let's start the show. Cool kids step to the front, cool kids, too sweet sign for the click. Gotta get the people what they want, gotta get eradicate quick. like Seth with the outfits. Coming in hot too live on your outlets. Running these streets like the prophets. Thank God for the new day, can't stop it. Jay Uso with the yeet. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag like Javon on the young OG. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on the daily. Feeling like GRESH UNLEASHED.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Well, welcome back to the GRESH UNLEASHED podcast. This is episode 149 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. Joining you, as always, is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, Gresh. And joining me, as always, is my guy, my main man, one of my main men's in the building. He is none other than the giant of the Familia, representing the Social Sports podcast, as well as being an outright roundabout guy. He is none other than Jermaine, the Giant. What's good, brother?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Hey, man. I'm sounding like a smooth. I'm sounding like a smooth DJ this week. You know, yeah, you gotta get the R&B tunes like, ladies and gentlemen, sensational women all over the world. Here
Bro, you sound
is
like you do the 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. shift at an R&B station.
If you're looking at the video, you can see like the half cut down, like little 10. So it's like a little sensation of the eradication of pervertication. You know, you got to say big words. That makes no sense. I'm T.I. right now.
Say, bro, like it's definitely like that late night R&B, bro. Oh no, you know what? That old school BET show. What was it called? I think it was called BET Soul, something like
Was
that.
it BT
Where it was,
Soul?
I
Yeah.
think it was It was one of them where it was just like the R&B like joints, like that. That's all the videos they would play. You the voiceover for that.
Sensual seduction. We got the sensual seduction. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how babies are made.
Hey man, look, the right playlist, set the right vibe.
But yeah,
Turn off the lights.
that's the reason why. Yeah, because I'm trying not to like crack my voice, because I already know if I go too high, it's gonna be a random crack in there. So trying to keep it laid back and cool today. But yeah, we are good. It is February 3rd. It is officially Black History Month here on the show, as well as across the world. It's February, so yeah, show your love for everybody Black, because we do that year round, but February is a specific and special month that we give that extra love to everybody Black, because hey man, if ain't nobody else gonna do it, we might as well do it upon ourselves. And already off rip, shout out to, for those of you who are tapped in on both shows, shout out to Public Enemies. We just dropped 2 trading cards from yesterday and today. Yesterday was for AEW TBS Women's Champion, as well as AEW Women's Tag Team Champions Willow Nightingale. And today was for WWE United States Champion Carmelo Hayes. So make sure you guys tap into that on social media. It's just something fun for us to just show love. And on this side, we are currently working on some things that we're going to be dropping over the next couple of days, probably weeks. It's just more so, once the procrastination phase is done, and once my voice is at a solid rate, we'll definitely be pushing all that stuff out. So we got some love to show for our fellow Black people out here in the world. So hey man, do they got some stuff going on over there, Black wrestling, that I missed? Because I've been in and out off social media.
They started the new show with Mika and Lucia, 30-minute time limit.
Oh man, yeah.
They cover a bunch of different topics. Mainly everything out of WWE.
Mm,
But they do cover some things, so very rare. But yeah, they cover everything outside of WWE. And it's cool because it's two black females in the space
mm. Okay.
uh, that have their own thing. That so they came together and collaborated with Black Wrestling to put this together, and it's dope because the concept of the show is that they bring up a bunch of different topics to talk about, but they do
Mhm.
not go over 30 minutes. So it's a true 30-minute time limit.
Oh, it's kinda like the, those, like, the 30-minute block of, like, cartoons back in the day where it's like you had 30 minutes to watch this, like, watch something. It's like a 30-minute window. I remember I could be misthinking about it, but it was like growing up, it used to be like a 30-minute block of content that was specific for this genre, and you never saw it again. It was like late night. I could be I could be thinking about something else. Like something like that.
Yeah, there's it kind of like it kind of reminds you of like bro, it is really is dope because the concept not going over the 30 minutes, but then they still cover like at least 5, 6 different topics every show.
Oh,
So
that's what's
it's
up.
cool to see like them bounce or whatever, and then still keep it in that time frame and everything. So, and there are two ladies who have been doing content for a while now, so it's not like they're new to this.
Mhm.
And the graphic is the graphic. I love the old school like wrestling video game graphic, and the crowd is black,
Mm.
so it's pretty dope.
But yeah, Imma definitely, I think I peeped the inaugural episode, like, it was, like, episode 00, something like that, when it first premiered, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
definitely run it back. I think I missed I've been hitting the ground running with all this content on my end that I've been kinda, like, tapped out of everybody else's stuff, but it's not intentional, it's just like, "Hey, let me knock my stuff out so we can really hit the ground racing." But yeah, Imma definitely tap in with that. And
yeah,
speaking of,
it's pretty dope.
okay.
What
Okay,
else you got?
cool. Okay, so speaking of tapping in, I guess we can tap into the conversation to really get the ball rolling. This past week, WWE was in Saudi Arabia. A lot of stuff on the SmackDown side was more so tying in to the Royal Rumble, and we'll definitely get into conversation with that. And I just mentioned this man when we were talking about Public Enemies. United States champion Carmelo Hayes. How are we feeling about his reign as champion thus far? Because I believe what has he reached the 100-day mark or bypassed it?
You know, I'm not sure.
Because I think he
That would
won
be
it
a good thing to
after
look.
Christmas.
I just feel like yeah, it was no, it was like right. It was that the taping was before Christmas, but they aired it like the day after, I believe.
Okay,
So
but
he's
what
a
you
little
saying?
over 30 days or so. Yeah, but I just feel like I like the way they're positioning him as far as
Hmm.
continuing the open challenge and having him beating these guys clean. I love the way it's going. I love how they still have that little tie-in with the Miz and all of that. Um, I think that may be his, okay, I'm like really here type of feud. Because Miz is one of those benchmark guys. He's one of those guys where if you have a feud and you can get the best of the Miz, especially on the mic, um, and put on a good match and carry a good couple matches in the series and a feud back and forth, that'll kind of establish you as this guy's ready for prime time because the Miz has been there. He's been to the top of the mountain. He's put over guys. He's been put over. So when you can get into something with a guy like that and show yourself and prove yourself, I think that'll really bode well for
I agree, and they're basically showcasing his positives, like his positives being in ring, him being I wouldn't say ring general, but you know they picked the right title to put on him because the U.S. Open
Mm.
Challenge continued over from John Cena, from Sami Zayn to Ilya Dragunov to now Carmelo Hayes, and you're getting all these spotlight moments because remember it was a couple of like almost a year drought where this man was people were just begging for this man to get some speck of crumbs to just go out there and kill it, and now he's here, he's killing it.
And the
So
crazy part about it was like last year, at one point he was up there at the top for having the most matches on TV. It wasn't until like he really got hot towards the end of the year that he stopped having so many matches on TV. And that's when they started to build towards the character. Right there that week of Christmas is when he got the title. So it's like, kudos to him because he was just going out there and putting other people over. He was having great matches and having his spots in those matches, but he wasn't going over himself and working towards anything. But it's almost like it built character because now he's even kind of using that, especially when he was talking to the Miz. He was like, "Look, I was looking for something I got with you, and it still didn't get me anywhere. I went and did my own thing, and now look at me." Like he literally put that in as part of why he, got away from the Miz. So I like what they're doing with him so far.
oh yeah, so hey, I know we're coming so basically shout out to Mello. Shout out, like I have nothing to add. You just hit the nail on the coffin with that one. And all we could do is just really just keep hoping they killing it. And who else do you feel like should face it to accept the open challenge? Because they have like a plethora of people on that roster that's on SmackDown that's coming up from NXT. You got your Trick Williams. I know they want him in the world title
Mhm.
scene, but you got your Trick Williams. You got them. They're still like teasing this this free agency with Obafemi. Like, do you feel like anybody from NXT or just whoever's there on the roster that hasn't got a title shot after this Miz situation is done should be next up? Because I feel like it should be someone next up, someone from NXT that should take the title if they decide to take this title off him. That should continue that mantle. What about you? What's your thoughts?
I don't. I think I like the idea of somebody on the main roster doing it because it helps establish you better on the main roster, especially when you take a guy like a Mello or a Sami Zayn that was already on the main roster. With Dragunov was on the main roster for a hot second. He got hurt, which they probably had plans for him to do something like that anyway. But you put him, right there to kind of establish him and his comeback and everything as this badass and keep the ball rolling. So I kind of like when they use it for somebody that's been on the main roster for at least a little bit. I'd rather that than to have somebody fresh out of NXT. If they want the guys out of NXT, have them come up, get that rub, put on a good match, and then keep it moving.
Yeah, I agree. So, and speaking of getting that rub, I guess we could switch gears to the Royal Rumble that went down this weekend. SmackDown was SmackDown. Like it had its like everything was building towards like everybody was clashing. The Vision, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes. The typical go home shenanigans that you get on. Like that's why whenever I see these go home shows and stuff ends in chaos, especially around depending on the season, I don't get up in arms like most people do. I just be like, oh, they're selling you on the pay per view. Me as one of the hardcores, I know I'm going to watch it regardless because the Royal Rumble is one of my favorite pay per views, the favorite time of the year. Before we get to each, I guess you could say, moment that went down that I pretty much feel like is noteworthy. What was your overall thoughts of the Royal Rumble? You don't have to spoil anything until we get to the talk to start talking about certain things, but like, what was your overall like? Did you feel like it was Royal Rumble esque because this was the first official Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, and we've been covering WWE in Saudi since its inception. I know a lot of people have been saying mixed bags about it. Some people didn't watch it because of they have strong beliefs against the culture of Saudi Arabia. What was your overall thoughts on the essence and the vibes that was the Royal Rumble in Saudi?
Um, like you, it's one of my favorite pay-per-views to watch, so I have a little slanted, bias towards it.
Hmm.
However, just being realistic, um, the crowd was kind of flat in a lot of areas where I thought they should have been a lot more lively.
Hmm.
There were pops that were definitely, missed if it was a different type of crowd. Um, I thought that, the rumbles were okay. Um, had a little bit of star power, a couple surprises here and there, but it wasn't something that was just like, oh wow, like this happened, or did you see this? It wasn't like those shock and awe moments that people were expecting. And
Hmm.
again, I always talk about expectations. I think a lot of the times people set themselves up for failure. When we saw that the Rumble was going to be in Saudi, you have to set yourself up for certain expectations. And I wasn't expecting like a spectacular Rumble. So I was more pleasantly surprised that it was a decent show because I thought it was going to be a train
Me too.
wreck.
my like, and I feel like I've been like that way for even not even just Royal Rumble or Saudi shows, just in general. It's just like my expectations is so low to it's like where if I'm disappointed, then that it's a bad show because my expectations is always so low, especially when I'm watching WWE. Hell, sometimes when I'm watching AEW as well. Like it doesn't matter the product, my expectation is always low by
Hmm.
design because I know for a fact that it's like I've seen wrestling for so long to where nothing is going to over excite me unless I let myself get excited. So I just choose to have my expectations low and to where if it's low, I won't be disappointed if it's like an average show. Because the Royal Rumble to me this weekend was a solid but average show.
Hmm.
If you take away the pomp and circumstance and the pyro going crazy and the fireworks, it was just an average show. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. There's a pun in there because they've actually hosted a greatest Royal Rumble event, but it wasn't like one of my all time favorites Royal Rumble matches or Royal Rumbles in general. I feel like last year the men's was better than this year's men's. And I feel like last year's women's was somewhat better than this year, but as far as star power, as you say, it was neck and neck as far as like depending on your level of fandom. Because I put it this way, I knew who everybody was once they got in the ring. Don't ask me who they were because of the music, because I'm pretty sure I said nigga who like 20,000 times. Because this music is just atrocious. And it's like I'm tired of repeating myself, but hey, WWE ain't gonna do nothing about it. So what am I gonna do about it?
Yeah, it was. It was just. It was alright. I mean, it was cool. Um, you just wish that there was more to give and more to be had,
Yeah.
and we didn't get it.
Yeah. So well, we can start backwards with the Royal Rumble. We can start with the men's Royal Rumble. We obviously started at number one with Darula Obafemi, and obviously Braun Breaker entered in at number two. What was your thoughts on the presentation of Obafemi? Like right here solidified to me that Obafemi checks all the boxes that you would want in a professional wrestler: presence, athleticism, dominance. And obviously, if you follow him in NXT, promos. He knows how to cut a promo if you give him the ball and give him decent material to work with. Up until a point that I'm gonna talk about because it did irk me a little bit. Um, I feel like Oba was given a good spot in this year's Rumble. Like they basically sort of gave him the Brock Lesnar esque 2020 spot for a bit, where he was just dominating everybody, and I loved it.
Oh yeah, they they made sure they presented him as a big deal. And the best part of the whole presentation was the one part of the show that I had an issue with was the crowd during his entrance. They didn't know how to do the whoo. They didn't know how to do the little
They
noise.
did it back and forth. Like they did it, but it was like whoo whoo.
You could barely hear it. And then but they made up for it though because they started chanting his name. And I was like, oh, okay, you're making up for it.
Because I did hear it a little bit, but they was saying it. You know how sometimes when they they're like dun dun and then whoo, they were just saying they was like whoo 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 whoo. So they was like, I don't think they didn't know they couldn't time it. This crowd couldn't time it right. They was like, oh,
Bruh.
but then they did obviously made up for it with the overture.
They made up for it. So I was like, okay,
Little bit of things that
I give you that.
And it's funny, it's little things like that be irking us. That's not a big deal, but it does.
That shit annoyed the hell out of me.
You know what? Also annoyed the hell out of me. Triple H's obsession with fucking masks
and black hoodies.
Brother.
Bruh, I swear they have a cart with the setup crew. They have one of them containers with the wheels on and everything, and is a whole wardrobe container, and there's nothing but black hoodies, black bottoms, whether it's sweats or jeans or whatever you want, leggings for the ladies, and masks. It's the whole bro. They gotta have something back there, like a whole thing of them, just on deck. They got to,
bruh. We saw a black hoodie after WrestleMania when Braun Breaker attacked Roman Reigns. We saw a black hoodie when R-Truth returned to attack John Cena. We saw a black hoodie when Austin Theory stomped CM Punk at Survivor Series. We saw a black hoodie when Jacob Fatu returned and cost Cody Rhodes the WWE Championship. And we just saw another black hoodie not even 2 months into the new year. My brother in Christ, Paul, Triple H, and Levesque, whatever the fuck your name is, do something else. God damn it. Because my God, it hasn't even been a year since the vision was a thing, and they've been tied to black hoodies at least 5 out of the 6 times that I've seen a black hoodie on my TV screen. Come on, man. I am begging you, do something else, please.
Hey, at this point, I love it. I think it's a gimmick. It's got to be a gimmick. I love it. I love it.
It's the same gimmick as him saying it's a new era every month.
Hey, bro, listen. This is what happens when you in the creative room and you trying stuff and you trying to get something to stick. Like you've been able to successfully do some things, right? Like they've been able to successfully, navigate some waters here and there and do some things. But again, I think it's because, like you talked about earlier, we purposely lower our set of expectations that we have for a lot of things so that we're not disappointed. And I think way too many fans out there overshoot their expectations, and that's why they end up disappointed. But there's just certain things that you hold in a little bit higher regard, higher standard for, and just trying to find creative ways to do things, surprise people, catch people off guard, what have you, what have you. Like one variation that I thought of that would be cool would be one of those like some sort of mask like that makes the face like not like like opaque or whatever to where it kind of fools you, or like have one of them goofy ass like costume store masks on somebody, like with somebody's face or something, you know. Especially like if you like let's say for example when you doing that stomp and you, you want people to think it's Seth Rollins, have on a fake goofy ass looking Seth Rollins mask while you have that black hoodie on.
Oh, kind of like Sting.
Yeah, like can we? I mean, I know we're gonna run it back, Triple H. I know you're gonna run it back. Let's vary it up a little bit at least, because I really did start like honestly, I really did start liking the gimmick.
Mm.
I really do. But can we get like masks, maybe face paint or something? Like,
See, that's why I like you, brother, because you see the positive in a lot of things. I just saw that was as drizzling shits.
bro, even if they keep it black, all black with the hoodie and the black ski mask, I still love it because you gotta create some sort of mystery or something. As
Yeah.
annoying as it is, it's like you still gotta keep some sort of mystery there. Because if Austin Theory came out and you saw him attack CM Punk at War Games, then you'd be like, oh, it's fucking Austin Theory. You know, if 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 Jacob Fatu came back and he hit, what's his name with it, then him attacking Cody don't hit as well because it's like, oh, we already know it's Jacob Fatu. But you
Yeah.
get the reveal and stuff. Shit, when Jimmy super kicked Jay at ringside at SummerSlam against Roman a few years ago, I think that was in Detroit, right?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, bro. Like, I love the reveal. That's my favorite
we
part of it.
popped and then was immediately confused. We was like, wait.
But I'm not gonna lie, like it does get a little bit repetitive, and I see where y'all coming from, but sometimes it's certain stuff that just works for me, and that's one of them things that
Hey,
it just works for me.
hey, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's the beauty behind having this nuanced conversation because it's like what works for you may no longer work for me, and I
Mhm.
can always be convinced as time goes on. Like, hey, okay, I get why you did this, but my immediate reaction was literally like, this shit again. That was I was like, this shit again, and I'm just like, yo, this is enough, brother, enough. But hey, man. We'll see what goes down in the next couple of weeks because Braun Breaker got eliminated within like seconds of the Royal Rumble. I think Santino still holds the record for the
Oh yeah,
shortest time.
for sure.
So, hey man, we'll see what they got going on with that. And also, we have 2 El Grande Americanos now.
Yes, bruh, because the original Grande Americano, he made his comeback. Um, it was cool to see this because I'm glad they're gonna go ahead and address it this way, which gives us something to look forward to.
I like the fact that they did the Spider-Man meme, even though they look nothing alike.
Bruh, they both weigh 220. One is 5'8", the other one's 6'3".
And one is slimmer.
Bro, like if y'all both weigh 220 and one of y'all is 5'8", you're gonna look a little bit more compact. The one that's 6'3", you gonna look a little, a little bit more fit, a little bit slimmer. Man, bro, I swear they look more like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Twins
Oh Jesus.
than like anything alike. Like it's just
What a callback. I
it's
forgot all about that
hilarious.
movie. What a callback.
It's just hilarious to see them two, like they're so opposite. And I think they need to have a mask versus mask match like traditional Lucha Libre does,
Mhm.
and Chad Gable needs to
What
lose
is
it.
it? What is it called? The Luchas de Abortas?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
need to have a traditional one, and the original El Grande can lose his mask and be revealed.
That's Chad Gable.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, but Ludwig has taken that gimmick and just
Hmm.
shot it to the fucking moon.
Yeah, man. And if you watch the AAA stuff, he's a babyface over there. So it's like
Bro, he is super old. He was supposed to be a heel and was super over with the crowd.
to the point
It
where
got,
he made friends with Rey Mysterio.
bro, it got to the point where they had to make Dom turn on him. Yeah, they had to make Dom turn on him. down there to
Yeah.
get to really solidify it, because it was just like, no, Dom is definitely our top guy, our heel. But the pops this guy is getting, he's got to be a face.
Exactly. They said, yeah, whatever happens in AAA is not canon to main roster WWE. Just so y'all know.
Well, that's why it was almost like they had started to kind of tease some of that on the main roster, but they never really went totally full on into it like they did down in AAA. So
Yeah,
I guess they was testing it down there, and then when they realized, okay, we're doing something different here, that's not the direction we want to go in. That's when they just started just splitting them up.
sure. Uh, Speaking of splitting things up and basically WWE split up the introduction of Powerhouse Hobbs because he was Powerhouse Hobbs for like 5 seconds. And then he's now
Hmm.
officially known as Royce Keys.
Hmm.
Shout out to Royce Keys, Powerhouse Royce Keys. And for those of you who don't know, Royce is one of his kids' names, and Keys is a tribute to his late mother,
Hmm.
her maiden name.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like his showing in the Rumble was clutch. I feel like what do you see him going? I feel like he fits on SmackDown.
SmackDown will be dope. SmackDown will be dope. I'm trying to think, where does he fit in better?
Wherever Oba is, put him on the opposite brand.
Bingo. Bingo. And I really think Oba's gonna end up on Raw. Because I think Netflix, that's the bigger TV deal. So they're probably gonna put him there. But yeah, I would definitely put Royce on SmackDown for sure. Keep him opposite of Oba. That's a great idea. But nah, it looks like he may be on Raw though, because he got into it with the Vision, and the Vision is on Raw. So who knows? We may get Oba on SmackDown because he does have history with Cody.
Yeah,
And he had that running with Drew.
yeah,
So we may get exactly the opposite of what we thinking. But as long as they're on opposite brands, I think that'll be great.
yeah. Because we don't want them to get mixed up and become Rusev and Aleister Black.
It, Aleister Black, I'm not too upset with,
Oh,
especially
I'm
after
not
that.
upset with him because I think he's still selling the ambulance match.
Yeah,
But
Rusev though, I was just like, God damn, man, y'all. He was right there on a silver platter, and you put it's like having a nice prime rib, at a nice dinner, but then you put it on the back table somewhere and nobody sees it, so nobody knows that it's there to be served. And then you look at the end of the night, you're like, damn, we just wasted this fucking $100 $300 prime rib. Nobody ate it. It was just sitting there in the corner. Like
Yeah.
you got toys, use them.
And it got me sitting here just like, yo, this man did all this complain about AEW just to be right back in a similar situation. Not exactly word for word, bar for bar, but it's like, brother,
Um, it's probably
it's getting
some
close.
people. Some people may like the structure, um, and everything with WWE more than they may like AEW structure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like as far as like appearances on TV, consistency.
That now see that's the thing that I keep wondering about is like, if you think you're gonna get more time on TV one place or the other, you would think that going to WWE, it's a dog. They got a lot of space for TV time. They got what, at least
You got
I'll
Raw
say
for you got Raw for
I'll
2 hours
say
and
six
30.
to 6 to 8 hours a week roughly
So you got Raw
between.
for I'm gonna do the math right now. You got Raw for 2 hours and 30. You got SmackDown for 3. So that's 5.5 right there.
Hmm.
If they want to take you to NXT, that's 2 hours right there. So that's
Seven
six
and a
to
half,
seven and a half. Then if you want a real demotion, go to Evolve, and that's an hour.
8.5.
Yeah. That's it.
But my thing is, I'm counting just like the Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We gonna get at least 2 hours each, maybe 3. It depends. Sometimes that's why I say anywhere between this and this. But like you said, like the math is 7.5 hours a week for sure. Like on average, like lately, especially with SmackDown being 3 hours and Raw being right at 2.5, NXT being 2.
Hmm.
Um, that's plenty of TV time to get TV time because you think I think it breaks down to I want to say 3 to 4 segments per hour,
Give or take, yeah.
roughly. So we're looking anywhere between 21 to almost what 31 segments or 30 segments a week.
Hmm.
Anywhere between 21 and 30 segments a week, roughly. And some of those are eaten up because some things take up more than the one segment. So it's like you got to fight for that TV time. Do you think really you're going to get more here or here?
Facts.
And if you want to be just, you're going to be just main roster, well, then now you only have 5.5 hours of TV time a week. So that's why I wonder, like, there's things that I'm sure that they factor in. Everybody has their reasons. So hopefully he's happy. We know he's getting paid very well.
Hey,
So,
man.
hey.
The one thing I'm not gonna do is be offended on somebody's TV time or lack thereof on their
Mhm.
behalf. If you want, if this is what you want, do your thing. I don't care. But it was just interesting to see like the way that he returned to where he is now, less than a year later. I'm just like, wow,
I,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. I'll give it this since we Black History Month. Cap it off with this Black History saying: "If you like it, I love
Hmm. Do you, boo boo? Do you?
it." Exactly. That's another good one. Oh man.
uh, and the last note that I got from the men's rumble, Brock Lesnar and Obafemi face to face. I loved it at first,
I I I, I
and
loved
then
it at
Brock
first.
eliminated Oba.
Yeah, and then Brock did Brock things.
Yeah, I ain't loving no more.
And then it pissed me off, to be quite honest.
Listen, I'm pretty sure everybody done said this, but whoever produced this match, or at least this section of the match, should
Hmm.
never produce again because this entire sequence didn't make no sense. You had Oba eliminated by Brock. Okay. Then you had Jey Uso come out and yeet with the crowd for Brock to get eliminated off camera.
It was like do we blame the producer? Do we blame the technical director? Do we blame like I mean there's a bunch of different people that got their hands on this.
Hmm.
The wrestlers themselves as well. So I mean there's a lot of different blame to go around. People not hitting their marks, people not choosing to call certain marks at certain times, so on and so forth. But this part, yeah, was one of those parts that made me just be like, what the
Just weird.
fuck? Yeah.
Just weird.
Um there were I gotta look it up, but I can find it who did the men's rumble producers.
Raymond on Twitter said that might have been Michael PSA's. I believe it.
No, they had it's 4 of them because
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
because it's
there were some tweets that were out there who produced each rumble. I'm looking for it now because I didn't have it bookmarked, but I know that those tweets exist.
but yeah, that whole sequence was just as you look for that, the whole sequence was just it just caught me off guard. Like I didn't really lose
Oh,
sleep over it, but it definitely did catch me off guard.
Bobby Roode, Michael Hayes, Shane Helms, and Jamie Noble.
Who?
Bobby Roode, Michael Hayes, Shane Helms, Jamie Noble.
So that's definitely some shit Michael PSA will pitch. Yep. Yep. I'm blaming him. I'm blaming him. That's why you got your ponytail cut off in your sleep.
Oh man.
Nah,
Say
man.
man. Hey, I wouldn't put it past definitely wouldn't put it past Michael Hayes. Um I don't know, but to me I don't know if that's on the producer though.
Nah, it's just I wouldn't put it on the producer. As far as the Brock elimination, I wouldn't put it on the producer. It's more so like the technical director is like, hey, we have an entrance. Let's just follow Jey Uso.
Mhm.
So it was probably like a miscommunication. Someone didn't tell him like, hey,
So,
keep the camera on Brock.
somebody missed the cue somewhere
Yeah.
is
And
what
that
I'm
happens when you micromanage a lot of stuff because it's going to happen.
Mhm.
When you micromanage
Yeah.
everything down to the rest hole and the wrist lock,
Mhm.
it's something's going to happen.
Yeah, and so I know that there's some blame to go around. Whose exact fault was it? That's neither here nor there. It was a really shitty spot. The fact that I didn't like the fact that Brock eliminated Oba. The only thing that I'll say is a saving grace for me, because I always try to find a silver lining in things, is that he had to do it from behind. He had to pause. He had to like sneak up behind him and toss him over. He couldn't, get the best of him as they were, going back and forth. So he had to sneak behind him and toss him over.
True. And
The oth-
they basically said it sold it like that on commentary. It's like Oba made a
Mhm.
mistake.
Yeah, yeah. They did the same thing with Sol Ruka in the women's rumble, but we'll
Hmm.
get to that.
Hmm.
Caught myself.
Yeah.
That's
And
called a tease.
we about to get to that. I'm about to say, no, no, the fun thing is that was a nice transition because we about to get to that right now. Liv Morgan is your women's Royal Rumble winner.
Say, man, I love this because, like I said, when was this? Right, yeah, Friday night, when I did the Black Wrestling Rumble raffle show. Uh, Me and the homie Rock, who's also from New Orleans, except he went to that other school. Um, he picked Liv to win because he wants to see the Judgment Day story, come to a conclusion like ahead. So something happened. I said I want Roxanne to win for the same reason. I just feel like I like the way the story goes with Roxanne winning, whatever, whatever. We both gave our reasons why, but we both had the same conclusion. We want to see that story like come to a head and like, see what happens. But when Liv won, I was like, I get it. It makes sense. And
Mhm.
especially if you're not sure if or when Bianca can come back, you already have somebody who's been in the main event scene over the last year or two that can easily slide into one of those two spots. The other one you can figure out on the way. But when you have a Rumble winner, you want to make sure, okay, this is the clear direction we want to go in between now and Mania. Who are these people? And that's how you pick a Rumble winner. And
Mhm.
it's not always going to go to somebody that you want to give a rub to, because you also want to make sure that that person can carry the ball once you hand it to them. You don't want to experiment and hope and pray this person can carry the ball. You want to know that person can pretty much do what you're going to ask them to do before you give it to them. And this is why we got a Liv Morgan.
Now, in fact, you said everything that I pretty much would say because it's like it makes it as someone who's basically been wanting this story to progress a lot
Mhm.
more because I was a little worried about them stalling. Like it's very well documented on this show. I was a little worried about them stalling and pausing the progression because Dom went down with a shoulder injury, but he's
Mhm.
obviously he's back now. I don't know if he's cleared to compete, but he showed up on Raw this past yesterday. So uh, I was worried, but now after watching Raw and seeing how this match came concluded, yeah, we're definitely getting some progression with the slow dissension / breakup of the Judgment Day. So I'm not mad at that. And shout out to Last Legend too, because
Oh,
she eliminated some
brother,
heavy hitters.
brother, man, that woman, good God. When I say God put a little something extra in black women, Last Legend is the perfect example of what I'm talking
She officially solidified herself as the face of Atlanta. Like, move aside Cody, move aside uh Xavier Woods, move aside. She's the face of Atlanta. I don't put Austin Theory in the category because he's from McDonough. But yeah,
about.
after that
Hey,
performance, I'm cool
break,
with it.
breaking news. We have a brand new NXT men's heavyweight champion,
Who's that?
Joe Hendry.
Wave your hands from side to side to
Hey, bruh.
side.
It was it,
Joe
and they
Hendry.
did it in perfect Joe Hendry fashion too. Uh you had a spot where it was Ricky and Keanu on competing ladders going for the title. Ricky ends up kicking Keanu's ladder. Keanu falls to the outside of the ring and goes through a ladder that was straddling the ring and the table. Ricky is like, "Yes, I finally got it." He did the whole turn. He turned around, slid out. He hit his pose and everything. As soon as he turned around to climb the ladder, Joe Hendry already up there. I was like, yeah, bruh, I'm sitting here, we doing the show. I'm like, oh shit. I'm trying to like not like because I was like, this is pro wrestling. This is pro wrestling. Like this is the entertainment part of pro wrestling. And there's sometimes where like some of this goofy shit will get on my nerves, and then there's sometimes where I'm just really entertained by some of this goofy shit. And tonight was one of those nights where I was entertained by the goofy shit.
Hey
For
man.
whatever reason, Joe Hendry like it's fucking entertainment to me, entertaining to me. I have no idea why. Sometimes he gets on my nerves, but for the most part, Joe Hendry is pretty entertaining.
Hey man. Hey man. Congratulations to Joe Hendry on winning the NXT championship. It would have been some nice black history if Ricky would have regained the title. But hey, it's not the end of the world. I like Joe Hendry. He's entertaining when he wants to be. So
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
not one of those people who have a short attention span or who turn on people because they're getting pushed. So hey man,
yeah.
shout out to y'all. And
But
shout out to Liv Morgan as well.
yeah, like you were saying, just to progress that storyline and to finally advance it, and let's see some, what we're going to see with that storyline going forward. We even saw some of that, spilling over to last night on Raw as well. So it was like we're starting to see the seeds are being planted, and it's going to come to some sort of conclusion within the next few months.
All right, so the last two matches we will definitely talk about is Drew McIntyre retaining his championship against Sami Zayn.
Uh,
Were you underwhelmed with this match, or was it just me?
it was okay. It wasn't like I don't know, man. I think the finish was kind of like flat for me. And I gotta go back and watch it again and like really be paying attention to it. But that one, I was just kind of like, mm, you know. Now whether or not it was the right call, that's neither here nor there because I think they could have gone either way and could have paved a road to WrestleMania and made it interesting.
Hmm.
However, I do like the whole selling of Sammy is like 99 overall when he on Saudi soil, but he's also never beaten Drew McIntyre. So it's like you had those two things going against each other going into this match. Um, it just and again, it could have been the crowd, but to me, it was just like if I just take the crowd out of it and I muted the TV and I watched that match, I'm not like I'm not like oh wow, like this is dope. a whole bunch of times. Like it was a world title match. It gave what it had to give, and they went about 10, 12 minutes, whatever it was, and there you have it for kids. Like it wasn't anything spectacular, I'll say.
Sure. Now, what was spectacular, depending on how you decide to look at it, was Gunther retiring AJ Styles in WWE.
Bro, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before last, but I remember talking about it. And I remember saying, if you think about it, we've been watching his retirement tour all this time. We don't even know it. And look what happened. And it's got to be real when you start seeing his son make Instagram posts about it.
Yeah.
So it's like the Shinsuke tweet and delete was one thing, but seeing his sons post what they've been posting and stuff like that, then it's like, damn, this is really real. And
Before we get,
I hope we get worked.
You think I was about to say, you think they're gonna you think he's gonna stick to it, or he's gonna let his contract expire and then have like one final year and then call it a career?
Supposedly his contract just expired.
It's some point in February.
Yeah. So here's the deal. I'm just wondering, like, they kept saying the end of his WWE career, and he said there's people around the world that he would like to wrestle. He said that in an interview. So it's like you kind of get the feeling that this may be the end of his WWE run, but I'm not sure now. This is starting to feel like no, he's done wrestling. Period. So I don't know. I hope we're getting worked, but I wouldn't be surprised if he never wrestled the way it's looking.
No, I agree. I it's wrestling, so I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a one-off appearance. But at the same time, if he does call it a career, if that was the way to go out, I feel like that's a perfect way to go out, because that match to me was everything I wanted the John Cena match to be. But then I realized that John Cena was more washed than AJ Styles, so
way more washed.
I knew for a fact that he wasn't going to get that match out of John Cena. However, I will say, unlike a certain Rabadoo, you can't see me person, AJ Styles didn't tap out.
Like a little bitch.
You didn't tap out like a little bitch. You punk.
But AJ and AJ said, he also said that, or John Cena said through AJ or something like that. I remember hearing it. He didn't want to. I know he said himself he didn't want to wrestle past 50. This contract was probably going to be his last contract, and also, he wanted to retire when he could still go in the ring. He didn't want to be one of those washed up wrestlers.
Yeah.
And he's definitely honoring all three of those sentiments right now if he decides not to wrestle again.
Sure. So far, the only wrestler I know that has honored their retirement is Batista. And as of right now, John Cena. So we will see. Because wrestling, that's the thing is, wrestling, people retire all the time. And you see them in like a year or 2 or 3 or 5. But you see them. So, hey, man. That was one hell of a way to go out. One hell of a way to end a career. Like I said, like, I'm not mad at this match. I enjoyed it. I loved it. Gunther continues to be one of the most entertaining guys on the roster because he knows what he's doing. He knows what's getting under people's skin. He knows how to piss people off. I love it. So, hey man, shout out to Gunther. Shout out to AJ Styles. Y'all did the damn thing.
Classic old school wrestling heel.
Yes,
Love it.
sir. So if you one of the people who say Gunther's boring, I don't think you know. I don't think you know ball like that. So, hey man. But speaking of ball and taking the ball and going and running with it, switching gears briefly before we get to Raw. AEW side, Tommaso Ciampa is the new TNT champion.
The Psycho Killer has landed in AEW. Love the way they presented him on Wednesday. Absolutely love the fact that they had him challenge for the TNT title and put him over by winning it. People who thought that he was going to lose that match are just stupid and don't know ball.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a feeling he was gonna win, but I was like, because I think I was one of the people who was like, "There's no way they're gonna debut him like that just to have him lose in his first match."
They want to present him as a big deal. When they gave him that entrance, I was like, "There's no way he's losing." You don't do that whole entrance with the pyro. I mean the fire. Well, the fire. The the way the Titantron was, the just the song, the everything, the light, like they presented him as a really big fucking deal, and I was like, we have seen AEW do this before.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, I don't think they're doing that this time. I don't
So
think they're doing that this time.
yeah. So hey man, just had to give Ciampa a little love. I watched the match. I actually really enjoyed the match. Ciampa, hey man, good luck to you. Hopefully, this is everything you want to want. Because I think he did an interview where he said, growing up, he wanted to be in ECW, and
Mm-hmm.
then he wanted to be in ROH. He wanted to be in NXT Black and Gold, and now he want. And then as AEW became a thing, he wanted to be in AEW. Like, because am I the only one who feels like? Because you know how it's a trend. Like when someone leaves the quote unquote the Fed,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh my God, they dropped the ball with him. But I'm like, he reached his ceiling to me, at least with where they care about him when he was the psycho killer, the Goldie
Mm-hmm.
gimmick when he was a heel.
Mm-hmm.
And after his injury, I don't think they really didn't have much for him to do. He was like a little fish in a big pond on the main roster.
Well, also, yeah, exactly. Um, it's it's a thing to me where I just feel like he also said that I guess creatively he finally gets to show all of his growth and everything that he had by being in WWE. And I guess he was saying that he couldn't really show that full growth that he had grew into in WWE, but now he has more creative freedom to show that.
Mm.
And I think basically that's when I saw Psycho Killer pop up on the screen, and then I saw Tommaso Ciampa, I was like, oh hell
And it's a case of basically
yeah.
everybody fits where they fits. Like there's no, oh,
hmm
you suck here. It's like he had his time there. You have his memories because you could still go
hmm
back to NXT Black and Gold and fawn over Ciampa's heel work with Johnny Gargano,
hmm
and that was a time that was had. But now he's here, AEW doing his thing, TNT champion. Wish him the best, honestly.
Oh hell yeah. And like I just feel like you said, there's some people who work better in one company than the other because they fit the mold of what this company needs at that time, as opposed to, and there's some guys who can go back and forth that can fit either need of either company. But to me, I think Champa wanted to spread his wings and fly and kind of do a little bit more. And in AEW, you have that creative freedom to do so. Whereas in WWE, you got to have a little politic, a little backstage pull, a little something, to move yourself up the ladder maybe, and or have a certain look or have somebody championing your cause, that's really high ranking. But in AEW, you don't have to worry about all that because you have direct access to the one person who controls everything. So it's a little bit easier to try to get some stuff done creatively in AEW as opposed to WWE.
No, facts. So, hey man, y'all go kill it. And switching gears back to WWE, it is officially WrestleMania season. It is officially WrestleMania season. Roman Reigns is your men's Royal Rumble winner, and Liv Morgan is your women's Royal Rumble winner. And we start off Raw with Crash Out Braun Breaker.
I love it. I love it, bro. I love it. Like, because that's this generation.
Yeah.
That's this generation. That was a perfect representation of this generation. People who don't get that or who don't understand his character or why he was crashing out and stuff like that's this generation. Look at these kids. Like,
Literally.
just scroll through social media a little bit. And I mean, I know algorithms, are curated in order to show you certain content, but just look at the kind of stuff that they look at and look at the kind of stuff that they do and that they record. And like, just our culture, whenever something happens outside in the public, a lot of the times people's first instinct is to pull out their phone and record it, take pictures of it.
Yep.
Like, this is just the way things are going now. And for him to have that kind of attitude, and it just feeds into the stereotype.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's the only I did like that segment. I was like, yo, this dude is insane because he literally ran out the ring and tripped trying to chase down Adam Pearce. And I'm like, brother, calm down before you hurt yourself.
Hey man, I love it. I love it. Like, sometimes you need somebody like he's like almost like a more controlled version of old school Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
But he's
Perfect
a little thrown off, a little crazy, don't really know what he's gonna do or say. And he just got that wild burst of, intense energy, but he's not as psychotic as Brian Pillman was.
He can be if you want to be.
Oh, if he wanted to be, I'm pretty sure he could push it there. But like, he's choosing to, kind of, be a little bit more reserved. But I love it. I love it. Like, this is giving the Vision the right kind of kick in the ass that they kind of needed, because they were starting to fall flat, especially his storyline, him in particular.
All I will say is, hopefully, this ends with him spearing the hell out of Adam Pearce, and we move on from that, because I feel like I'm not really digging him feuding with an authority figure. I feel like it should end with him being the champion at some point.
Yeah, it has to pay off some way, somehow. And I don't know if it's gonna be him getting a championship shot, because we kind of got that already on
Yeah.
Raw.
Man,
So,
he lost.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then somebody else just walked into it and got it now. So it's like, where you going?
True. Speaking of walking with confidence and walking into things, Gunther showed up on Raw still boasting in that trench coat from retiring AJ Styles.
Burberry trench coat.
Mm-hmm. And then he proceeded to treat Dragon Lee like a puppet, because he choked a grown man.
Oh yeah, they did the Darby Allin Brody King spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that spot. Love that spot.
Had that grown man dangling from the ropes to the floor like a trophy.
Then dropped him like a sack of crawfish.
I loved it though. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is it. They finally hit the nail on this Gunther character, and him being a career killer. Hey, do your thing, but hey, him targeting Dragon Lee told me one or two things. He's retiring Rey Mysterio, or if he's not, that's his next feud. Because Dragon Lee's been linked with Rey Mysterio, so that's what I'm saying. If he's not retiring Rey Mysterio, that's his next feud.
Dragon Lee was pissed because he did his partner AJ Styles dirty.
True, but also if you look at before the Royal Rumble, Rey Mysterio was linked with Dragon Lee too. So what I'm saying is that's a double hitter right there. He was avenging AJ Styles, got turned into a bitch. So now the father figure, the deadbeat, is about to come and offend his unofficial son, Dragon Lee.
Man, I don't like that. I need Dom to retire Ray.
True.
I need Dom to retire Ray.
But I'm just saying,
go retire somebody else. Shit. Don't retire Ray. I need you to leave Ray alone. Go retire somebody else.
I mean, he can go to SmackDown and go after Randy.
Yeah, dude. No, leave Randy alone too. Shit. Go find somebody. God damn it, it gotta be somebody else.
Say,
look,
who's
R-Truth.
R-Truth? Oh, okay.
Retire Truth. You can retire. No.
Hold
up. God damn it. Just go for the title or some shit. Damn.
But he gotta go he gotta go kill some more careers.
Man, leave people alone for a little while. Injure people. Do that. Start injuring motherfuckers. Like every time somebody, like all you do, go into HR, whoever putting in for time off, them your next feud. everybody who about to get married, have a baby, need to go visit somebody or something, have a match with Gunther. Bam, you got I got you at least 30 to 60 days right there, player. You got a broken clavicle. That's at least 4 to 6 weeks. At least.
He can go retire La Parker.
Man, thank you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I know it, bro. It's at least 10 luchadors right now that probably got AARP cards down there in AAA that he can retire.
He can go retire Shinsuke.
Hey, Hi-Lite, shut up. I mean, I'm not all that. You know what? If I have to sacrifice somebody, god damn it, I don't want to sacrifice Shinsuke though. I love Shinsuke.
I mean, they ain't doing no with him outside of AJ. He gonna go right back to the background until they need him for another special attraction.
And then he may want to finish up in New Japan. I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. Just start injuring people, dog. I need you to leave people's careers alone for a little bit.
He gonna take that to heart and actually injure somebody to the point where their career is gonna be over anyway.
Bro, in the last 6 months, like, and I'm not gonna lie, my favorite sign about all of this, it was on Raw last night, and I forgot to send it to y'all. Somebody had a sign that says, "I miss John Cena and AJ Styles, not Goldberg." Bruh. I was like, you are speaking for everybody right now.
Oh my God.
That was the sign of the night for me. I was like, that is the sign of the fucking week, month, whatever. Like, yes, perfect.
Yeah, I need to find that screenshot.
Bro, if I come
that's
across
crazy.
it, I'll send it to you.
That's crazy. Speaking of crazy, we were just talking about him in the Rumble. Obafemi folded up the War Raiders like a sack of potato.
You know, I understand why they did this. I just didn't like that they did it to that team. I'm glad that they make him look so hard to stop. But the fucking War Raiders, bro.
Yeah.
The only thing that's good about it is like he caught him off guard. Seems like but still, bro, you just ran through the fuck. That's the War Raiders. Like,
Two
you just ran
grown ass
through.
men.
Yeah. Like what? Now you gotta do something great with him. You ain't got no choice now.
Yeah.
You can't have him run through a team like that and then just be like, like no, he gotta start beating the shit out of people now.
Yeah. This is true. You have no rebuttal for me because it's like, even though I know the War Raiders ain't really been relevant for a good minute, I know they were just recently tag team champions for like a cup of coffee,
Mm-hmm.
but still, we ain't seen them in weeks, and then now that we finally see them, they get destroyed by Oba.
And it's like it's like I'm cool because it's like that's Oba, and like I want to see Oba do great things, and I think he's destined for great things, and he checks all the boxes like you talked about earlier when we talked about his presentation at the Rumble. But it's like when you paint yourself into a corner by having him go out and squash the War Raiders, it's like you have to be really careful with how you use this guy and present this guy because the Rumble was one thing, but this was something different. And now it's like, where do you go from here? So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they don't screw it
Basically, don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Just don't fuck up Oba.
Please don't.
Switch. We mentioned the Royal Rumble. We pretty much didn't mention this during the women's part, but we saw the return of the Bella twins. Brie Bella is back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool, little nostalgia freak moment. Get that little pop, you know, when
She got the biggest pop of the night.
one of them, if not the
One
biggest.
of
Yeah,
them.
she got
Yeah.
like a stupid pop, and then it was like,
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like,
like, you know, but again, that's another one of those things where I think that pop hits way different if they're in the States. You know, shit, they could have been in London or Germany or whatever, and I think that pop would have hit way different.
yeah.
But this is what you get when you do those shows in Saudi. You know, you're gonna get some decent pops and some decent crowd reactions and stuff, but I think with those LED things, screens in the way or whatever, it was making it look empty. They said, but I don't know. It looked like there wasn't no people sitting in there. But nah. But I'm okay with it. And I understand why they did it. It's because the Bellas have crossover appeal, and you need some star power there. And I believe I was talking to somebody and just asking them about it earlier because Mimi and I were going back and forth on the timeline about it. And I think it was like the way somebody worded it to me was there's a lot of wrestlers in the women's division, but not a lot of great entertainers. And the Bellas bring that entertainment factor because they bring that crossover appeal, And I get that. And I get why they bring them back to do business with them is because like they were on Good Morning America this morning. Now you look at that women's roster and how many women on that roster could you confidently say could go on Good Morning America and people are going to know who they are and why they're there?
You can't really not on one hand.
Exactly. That's why you
maybe Jade Cargill, maybe.
There's not very many, but that's why you bring them back.
Hey man, I'm not one of them people who despise the Bella Twins. I understand and appreciate. I think I've said it on the show countless times. I appreciate their contributions to wrestling, WWE, etc. When you had mentioned that question, because you had mentioned like, are the Bellas good for WWE? And a sense of using their crossover appeal to gain exposure. Sure. I know I'm not the target demographic. I'm not the niche audience. I
Mhm.
don't watch E Network. I didn't watch Total Bellas, Total Divas, Total Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, whatever show they had. I didn't watch none of those shows. My sister did, and she told me about it. So I know for a fact that they have a audience that
Right,
know who they are.
right.
So if they want that type of exposure, yes,
Mhm,
they are good for that exposure.
mhm.
Will
Not
they be prominent going forward? Maybe. Will they win the tag team titles? Because they did mention on the Raw that they want the tag team titles. Sure. They can win the titles for a cup of coffee and then lose it to whoever they want them to lose it to gain that exposure. Go for it. I'm not the booker, but at the same time, hey, this is for somebody.
I think yeah, exactly. I'm not a huge fan. Like I did watch Total Divas and Total Bellas. I ain't gonna lie. Hell yeah, I watched that shit. I was into it too. I couldn't wait for the next week's episodes and everything. Like I was all into it. The whole saga with her and John, and then Daniel Bryan and them. Like I was into all of that. But like as a wrestling fan, it took more of that to get me into them.
Mm,
Whereas casuals, it took that to get them into wrestling because of the belt.
yeah.
And that's what the company is looking for. They're looking for people who know them because of their reality shows and their podcasts and their wine brand and their other appearances doing other things, especially Nikki, hosting shows and different stuff like that. They know them because of that. And now that they're back in WWE, it's like, hey, we're doing all this stuff, but guess what? We're going back to our roots again. And it's good for the brand because you're in Mania season, so you're trying to drum up as much interest as you can
True.
because you're trying to promote shows, sell tickets, sell merchandise and stuff. I mean, I think the ROI is going to be worth it for them. Whatever they're investing in the Bellas, I think that they'll get their money for it.
Damn it, I agree. So it's like, hey man,
It's not for guys like us, and I get that. It's for the women and the people who are going to be interested in the product because they're hot chicks and they do other stuff. That's what it is.
yeah, it is what it is. Like, hey man, yeah, they hot chicks that know how to fight. So, hey man,
True.
because when they came out on Raw, I saw people crying and losing their mind, and I'm like, hey man, I don't be feeling that way, but at this end of the day, someone is allowed to feel that way, and hey man, shout out to
Exactly.
them for having that crowd.
Hmm.
Sticking it to the women, well, it's not sticking it to the women, but keeping it on the women. Pause. Liv Morgan showed up on Raw, but she, unlike Roman Reigns, which we'll get into in just a second, she's indecisive still. She don't know if she wants to go for Stephanie Valkyrie or go for Jade Cargill. She didn't mention NXT. She did not.
I love that she's keeping her options open. And at one point, I wish that Roman had as well. However, um, with some things still up in the air on the women's side, like I like the fact that they're keeping Liv's options open because it gives them time to flesh out the story that they want to tell with both titles going into Mania.
Hmm.
And it gives us time to flesh out this whole Judgment Day story as well.
True.
So I'm loving what they're doing, and I hope that they don't disappoint because anytime you love the direction a certain story goes in or starts to go in or something like that, again, I'm going into it with low expectations and just a watch and see approach. But I really like they have the opportunity to do some really cool stuff in a few different storylines just coming off of this one Royal Rumble win by Liv Morgan. I just want to see how it's all going to play out.
I agree. Um, also, things coming together. For some reason, they changed Stephanie Vaquera's music.
And I didn't realize it until people said something about it.
Me either. And then I heard it. I was like, oh, nah, that's just trash.
Yeah, and that's when I realized, like, oh yeah, this shit is ass. Like I didn't even realize it when she came out one day. But then I went back and I was like, I saw the clip on Twitter and I was like, let me see this. Let me see what they talking about. People just be complaining.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to it, I watched it, I was like, yeah, that shit ass.
Yeah. Like, I get they didn't own the rights, but like, damn. I couldn't just buy the rights.
Like, how much could it really cost?
No money they're not willing to pay, apparently. But I'm like, good Lord, y'all just ugh.
Again, same reason why I say anybody who signs Ricky Sosa, like I don't think 40,000 gang is gonna charge you, $10 million to buy the rights to that song. So
Right. Because my guy. And it's like whoever signs a contract with them be like, hey, keep Dev Rebel away from me.
bro, if I have any kind of leverage, if I'm somebody that's in the WWE system or whatever, I will be like, can we please do anything with my thing but Def Rebel? Like I'll take the fucking Elmo song as my interest music. So like I'll find a way to figure it like something. Like, can I pay some local rapper or somebody to like some local artist to do my look, I got cousins that's musically inclined. Can I play them? I could get cousin his band to like hook something up for me. Like, can I just pay my cousin, please? It's gonna cost you less money.
Hell, he might do it for free.
Look, listen, he may just do it for the back end. And wait, he's a fan too. Give Cuz some sweet tickets and stuff, and book him to perform a few gigs. I guarantee you, he gonna come up with some fire music.
Facts. Speaking of fire, we had the closing segment for Monday Night Raw. We had the OTC, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, making his first appearance on Raw since, I guess, before Survivor Series and after winning this year's Royal Rumble match to make his choice, basically. And what a choice he made. He officially chose CM Punk.
Yes, sir. And I love it.
I loved every second of this segment.
I'm thinking, bro, this was a classic. This was an all-timer. This was one of those things where I'm gonna go back and watch it again, just because I want to see it again. Like there's sometimes where things are either really good or really bad that make you want to go back and watch them. And this is one of those things that was so good that I didn't think was going to be this good, and it turned out to be great.
I've seen this like 3-4 times already today. That's how good it was.
Like we got and I saw the Public Enemies tweet and I was like, bro, we gonna eat good. We are about to eat really good, and we're about to eat good for 2 months.
It's funny how Roman was like creative as ass and just decided to lock in.
Yeah. And another thing too, he did the little fake laugh.
Oh, that
And,
SpongeBob laugh.
Yeah, normally when he do that little laugh or whatever, he comes back and he says something smart alecky or whatever. Nah, bro. He came back from that little laugh. Like, it's out of the laugh, the smirk, or something like that. And then he come back with a smart ass comment. No, he came back spitting straight fire at CM Punk. I was like, oh, we get this version of Roman.
Talking about Z-Bros and some dumb shit. I'm like, all right, bro.
Oh. When he said that, I picked you because I hate you. bro, the feeling and the emotion that came out of him in that moment, I was like, ooh, like he really don't like Joe.
He really don't like your ass.
Oh man.
We thought Seth Rollins was whining because I think the funny thing is him and Seth Rollins say the same thing. The only reason why a lot of people didn't like that Seth Rollins said it because he whines with his complaints, whereas Roman is just straight to the point, like, "Hey, bro, I'm only doing business because they asked me, hey, could we do business?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I tried. He's like, "I really tried," but he's like, "The fact is, I just don't. I just hate you. I like." You mock me behind my back, and now you wanna now you wanna like I'm some young boy, some shit. So it's like, bruh, I'm coming for your ass now. I'm
Mhm.
finna light your ass up. He
Bro,
said he said the
like,
best day of my life is about to be the main event of WrestleMania when I take that title, basically, and
mhm.
you will acknowledge me.
Mic drop. Boom. Bruh, it was so dope. It was so dope. And I love that. Like, I know some people want to look at it like the whole Punk talking about his title reign versus Roman's thing. But
Yeah,
like,
that's a good question. That is a good question. That's a nice little segue. Before we talk about that, we can go ahead and bring in Highlight because he popped in at the last minute. Because hey, man, he's on nigga time as always. What's up, brother?
hey,
I think he muted himself as well.
Y'all can't hear me.
Nah, I can.
Man, don't do me like
barely,
that, Oos.
Barely though.
Man,
Barely though. You might want to
barely.
turn your mic up.
man, you know what? This first time doing it. Hold on. Check, 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 check.
There we go.
Hey, okay, I just had to adjust the volume a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Try to get fancy like my boy Gresh. You know what I'm saying? Use my pod mic and my interface. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
hey man.
yeah, yeah. You know. Hey, and you know, I could have chose any podcast, really. You know what I'm saying? I could have chose the top podcast, you know, the one on the high end networks, you know what I'm saying? Like this one here. And you know, and I chose that because I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? Opposite of Roman on some hate. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? So we here. You feel me? Yeah.
At
Little
least you
late, maybe.
acknowledge us.
Yeah, you acknowledge that.
But y'all ain't gonna do me like Roman, and y'all ain't gonna hit me when I run it back one time like this in the middle of the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all. I forgot to talk about that shit. Yo, Jay Uso, bro. Matter of fact, that's a good conversation. After we talk about this, that'll be a nice conversation because this Jake, the D, I guess you say the decrease in the character work of Jay Uso or the inconsistency is definitely noticeable.
From 2020 to now is wild, dog. I was like, huh? But yeah, no. We gonna put a pause on it. We're gonna come back to that. Let's get on the subject we on that y'all
But
talking
yeah,
about.
the question that that a lot of people brought up because I saw it, even Punk brought it up. He was basically was like his 434 reign, even though Roman's was longer, his it wasn't better. After having, I think I've asked this question on this show a few times or before, and I said we'll come back to this after we've had time to process or time away from both reigns. When it comes to Punk, it's been over a decade. When it comes to Roman, it's been over 2 years. Does that question stand the test of time? Is CM Punk's reign as WWE champion for 434 days better than Roman Reigns' undisputed Universal Championship reign for 1,316 days? I'll answer first. No. No.
Highlight.
Hmm. You know, this feels like comparing the Jordan era to the LeBron era conversation almost. You know, like you talking about two different eras in this situation where albeit Roman's era was still kind of PG, you know, the era of the wrestlers at the are a little different than what Punk had to work with at that time frame, man. People forget them was some real stretched in.
This nigga took a backseat to Johnny Ace.
Yeah, bruh. But we can't sleep on the fact that now in that reign you still had
classics with Daniel Bryan. You know what I'm saying? Him and John Cena had their bangers too. You know, so I mean, he did have his bangers within there. You know, and that's just to name a couple of them. But it's like I gotta go back and really study it again for real, for real. But it's like
I watched
I
this
don't
shit in
know.
real time. He had, if you count the 434-day reign, he had the triple threat with Ryback and John Cena. That was solid. That led to the debut of the Shield. He had another match. I believe he had a couple. He had a couple matches with. He had matches with Bryan. He had the whole AJ Lee storyline with Kane, her kissing Kane. Ugh. Um, so it had some upside, but then it also had the downsides because he had that cell match with Ryback, which was double sided ass. Like, that shit was so ass.
Why
uh, uh,
why all the ASS moments in the PG era happen in Atlanta? Tell me that. WrestleMania 27, that Hell in the Cell. It always had to
that
happen
Hell in a
in
Cell
Atlanta.
did happen in
Yeah,
Atlanta, didn't it?
yeah, and
Yeah.
trust me, I know because my aunt had got front row seats for my stepdad and my uncle, and was gonna get them for me. But I was in Memphis going to school at the time, and I was like, at that time, I was low key kind of jealous. But now looking back at it, I'm actually glad I was in school because I was just looking at it like front row seats. Hell yeah, I want to be at that show. But I'm kind of glad looking back on it that I was not a part of that show. Like, hey. Cause my uncle
Jesus.
and my stepdad, they older dudes, so they were just there to, for the vibes. They
Mm-hmm.
they old school wrestling fans. So to them, it was cool. But me and us, nah, I dodged a big bullet. Yeah.
Mm.
I, I will
Mm.
say this. It depends on the context in which you look at it.
Mhm.
Because if you look at just overall like what they did for the business, generating money, ticket sales, merch, all that kind of stuff, like the drawing power and overall, like, the title reign was like over three times as long. Um, so it was a bigger record setter. And especially it looks a little bit different in these modern day times because you get a little bit longer title reigns now, but not as much as back then. Um, but Roman is head and shoulders clears Punk's title reign. But if you look at like the being around and being the fighting champion and defending that title, day in day out or whatever, Punk had 21 title defenses in that 430 some days. Roman didn't even have 40 in his 1300 days. So it just depends on what angle you're looking at it from.
Yeah.
Because if you want to look at who was the better fighting champion, you'd say Punk's reign was better. If you look at it, well, who was the bigger draw and did more for the business? Clearly Roman. So it's more than one way to skin a cat. But overall, I'd have to go with Roman.
And if you really digest it, I feel like if you look at the fact that Roman had the backing of the machine that helped,
Right.
whereas Punk
Right.
was like, "Yo, we don't really want you, but the crowd likes you, so here we're gonna put you in this position." Same thing with Daniel Bryan.
But
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes I feel like in a different way what makes Punk's reign so much more special in its own way because of like
Bingo.
again, going back to the Jordan LeBron conversation, like how the argument for, oh well, LeBron went to more finals, LeBron did this, but you're like, yeah, but Jordan's era was a lot more difficult with the teams he had to go through to get there, and the fact
Mm-hmm.
that when he got there, then people try to say, oh well, he didn't have much competition in the finals, and it's like you didn't do your research, brother. A lot of those teams and players at that time in his era were top notch players, my guy, and he swept them all. You know what I'm saying? 6-0. And so you look at Punk and you look at the fact I ain't had a machine against me. In fact, they used the machine against me to lose the dang thing by bringing Dwayne in, which sounds weird,
Thank
right?
you.
Because my name's Dwayne. It's always my fault by
It's your
name.
fault.
I'm sorry. It is my fault. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's not because it's a great name. Thank you very much. But nonetheless, it's the fact, you know, shout out to Dwayne Dickey Sr. You know what I'm saying? I love the name. A lot of greats have that name. But it's the fact that, you know, you sent in King Corporate of all to beat the man, to take the title away from him, to set up a bigger machine match that you wanted to push again. You know, so it's like it's apples and oranges in a way, but I can see why this feud is creating a nice little debate after that promo because it was awesome, you know.
Oh, it definitely was awesome. And again, like the fact that you brought up that angle to the aspect of another way that you could look at Punk's reign as more impressive than what Romans did. I didn't want to bring that part of it up. I was gonna see if one of y'all was gonna bring it up. So I'm glad you brought that up, highlight, because it's a real thing when you look at title reigns that the people want as opposed to what the company wants.
Hmm.
And there's a huge difference in being the guy that the company doesn't really get behind, but the crowd got behind, and the company decided, well, let's get behind what the crowd's getting behind. And not only to do that and get a title reign out of it, but to make it a record breaking at that time title reign, like that was major. And if you go back and watch a lot of those pay-per-views, which I think is going to be one of my retrospectives that I might end up doing, is watching some of Punk's those title matches and seeing where they were on the card.
Hmm.
Uh, Punk didn't always headline pay-per-views.
Oh,
He didn't.
that's why I made that comment about him taking the backseat to Johnny Ace.
Right.
Oh
And,
yeah,
and, and
that's
and it's it's stuff like that you can say, like again, like to highlight point, the machine wasn't behind him the way the machine was behind Rome.
Hmm.
And then also, which you can also say, which is almost just as impressive about Romans, was that Romans kind of spanned two different regimes almost, because it started under Vince, then they had the controversy and everything, and then it got sold, and then now it's under different ownership, totally different corporate structure and everything, but he kept it going.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of merit to say. There's no, like, if you like, really, Roman is the clear cut winner here, but there is a valid argument to be made for Punk. Basically, is where I'm going.
I would say to sum it up with this conversation, this is a great, you know, whether it's a great segue or anything. Because to some of those out there, I don't know how many, I'm sure there are some, because Gresh, I know you talk about those Roman Reigns fans quite a bit from time to time. But to the ones that are like
Normal.
questioning or, no, just those little idiots, you know, that are like, hey, man, Roman, really? Or, hey, you know, man, why we got to go the typical predictable route? And it's like, again, Vegas, money, TKO, money, Roman, money, Punk, money, finances, money, dollar signs. Hello. And what are we talking about? His reign in his time, his reign in his time. Both of them fighting for a title. Time to finally settle this. Who truly is the GOAT? This is literally as close as you're going to get to a Jordan versus a LeBron in a wrestling form. Point blank, period.
This
Yeah.
is Rock Cena, but I think it's going to be a better match, and we're definitely going to get. I think the promos are going to live up to that same kind of hype,
Wait, man, hold
but I
on now.
think we're going to get a better match out of it.
Hold on now. We're not gonna act like the Rock and Cena wasn't great now.
I'm not saying it
Wait
wasn't.
a minute.
The
Whoa.
first one was.
Yes, the first one. The first one indeed. Well,
The
you know,
second
the
one
second
was
one
just like,
wasn't
what are
bad.
we
It's
doing?
just the second one wasn't bad for a guy that tore his pec.
But my
He didn't
thing
just tear
was,
he didn't just tear his pec. He tore his pec and his groin.
Oh yeah, he did.
His whole body just broke. Literally.
it was the abductor muscle, which is, I think that's like that one that's like by your groin, but it's like your stomach by your leg,
Oh yeah,
like
your
in
hip.
that area,
Yeah, no,
like
yeah, it's your
around
hip
that hip.
abductor. Yeah, it's the hip
Yeah,
abductor.
yeah,
So,
bro. Ooh,
I
so
mean, I
that's what I'm
like
saying.
do.
His whole body just said, "Yeah, hey, bro, you old. Slow down."
That's true. I mean, I do watch the first one more than the second between the two, but it's not to say take away from that one though, because it was kind of like, all right, for a guy that did all of that, and we find that out after the fact, it was like, hey, salute to you for finishing the match. You know what I'm
Oh, for
saying?
sure.
Going
For
as long
sure.
as you did. So like,
For
I
sure.
don't know, but
Speaking
I
of The Rock, he has the chance to do the funniest thing.
oh Lord, don't tell me.
Hey, Oos, I'll take it from here. Cause I gotta win the title back for the family.
Bruh.
Oh my
You
God,
know what that
talking about a
motherfucker?
riot?
You know what he would do?
Oh
He wouldn't even take it from Roman. He would just inject himself in the match.
Make it a triple threat.
Be like, I told you, shut up and enjoy the ride that the Rock is taking you on. You thought I
And
left my
it's gonna be a whole thing where Punk's gonna be like, here comes Dwayne trying to take my spotlight at Mania again, just like he did seven thumbs up years ago.
Hey, you bald fraud.
Yeah, and then
I've been waiting on you since I called you out, and you've been still in Hollywood,
yeah,
failing in the smashing machine. What
and
you
then he
been
gonna
at?
try to get Roman on his side. He was like, you do it to your own family, you do it to me, you do it to everybody. Roman, don't you see how he's treating you? And Roman gonna be like, look, you tried that shit Jedi mind trick shit one time before. It ain't working again. I don't like your ass, and Oos, I don't like your ass. We family, we gonna fight, we gonna be all right. I hate you. I just don't like this motherfucker. I hate you.
And you know what, Dwayne? I don't want to see
This is
you
different.
until Christmas.
Wait, they gonna be all of that back and forth and shit. Only for the Rock to like pull rank and be like, bitch,
Shut
I'm
your
in
mouth,
charge.
Barney.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
I am the final boss.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge. Damn it, I'm in charge.
Shut your
That's
mouth.
Rock gonna pull a Cartman right at the end of the promo. Back my third time.
I don't want
Hey,
to see you until Christmas and New Year's. It's crazy.
Hey man, you know how it go, G.
Oh my god.
Just
How it
fuck
go.
Thanksgiving, I guess.
Screw up
And it's
Thanksgiving,
early in the
Halloween,
year too.
Easter. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause
All
look,
of
he
it.
said that in what, October,
Yeah.
November. That's about a month. That ain't. I'll at you then, nigga.
More food at my table because I ain't got to feed your ass.
Man, what?
Look, I wasn't gonna call your ass anyway.
Realistically, we don't even know if he saw them niggas at Christmas. We know he saw them in the
Look.
Rumble. You know what I'm saying?
But not like if you say that, but if you say that like right after Easter or right around Easter, that's a little strong.
Yeah.
That's like I really don't like you.
What did T.I. say in ATL? I don't want to see you. I don't want to hang with you. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you. I don't want to do nothing with you. Bounce, partner.
Give me back my
Man.
damn chain.
Give me back my chain. It's mine. It means something to me. You don't want the school to follow, bitch. Get out of my face.
It means something to me. I'm the head of the table. Gotcha, bitch.
Hey, he don't get no turkey tail and no
Oh,
fried
man.
chicken on his plate.
Screw that man.
Give him the burnt shit. Not the good burnt. The burnt burnt.
Turkey. He get the Cajun turkey that ain't good when it Cajun. You know.
Man,
Oh, man.
bruh.
He get the Samalata chicken. Do you know the one that your mama made that ain't cooked right? Give him that one. God damn it.
Hey man.
Cause your mama white.
He get the one that like got the extra crusted stuff that come off the grill that get attached to the chicken. We giving him that one.
You just getting nothing but meat and bones. Get the fuck out of here.
Nigga, you gotta pick barbecue crust off before you can eat your chicken.
Hey, Oos, you gonna get that turkey ass.
No, but that was one of the things that they cooked though, that turkey tail. It was really one of the things that they cooked.
We basically just called Roman Norbit.
And then that shit looked so good though. I was like, God damn, that looks good. Like,
Hey,
hey,
that
like,
was the only time I agreed with eating ass was just turkey ass.
no comment.
Yeah.
No comment. I will not. I will not incriminate myself.
You do know what I'm saying, not incriminate yourself is incriminating yourself.
Look, I didn't incriminate myself because I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say anything to
Hey,
incriminate my past, present, or
yo.
future. I refuse to comment. I don't want to get involved because I don't want to. I don't want to run it back, and I
Like
don't
Jay
want to play it
Uso.
forward. We just go, no yeet, no
No
yeet,
yeet.
no yeet.
Oh shoot.
Oh
Boy,
man,
come on now.
I'm so glad Big Jim is back, man. I'm
Yeah,
so glad Big Jim is back. Like, I don't know what was going on with them. Prayers up to them. Hopefully everything is okay. But just seeing him back on TV, like, that was
He
good to
probably
see.
didn't want to. He probably didn't want to lead the states.
No, I don't doubt that at all. And whatever it is going on, I just hope everything is okay. Cause just like it just seemed like it feels off. Uh for
well,
whatever reason.
she is getting closer to being due. It could just be sometimes, from what I've heard from females that were covering about that. Hey, from their experiences of getting pregnant, it's like, hey, nigga, I don't want you traveling right now. Hey, I need you to leave real quick.
Well, not just that, but there could also be certain times throughout the pregnancy where she may have certain complications or certain sicknesses, ailments, this, that, and the third. So you just never know because
True
the
that.
pregnancy does a number on a woman's body. Like that shit is wild.
Yeah.
But you just never know. I just pray that everything's okay.
Yeah, and even though they're a private family, I'm pretty sure if something major would happen, they probably would have said something. So, hey man, positive vibes. And before we get up out of here, we're gonna be a little negative though, because Jay Uso, his brother, has regressed like a motherfucker. Not in terms of popularity, but in terms of making fucking sense on TV.
Mm, yeah.
Because at one point, this man was about to crash out because he won the World Heavyweight Championship. He was crashing out because he's like, yo, they disrespecting us. And then Roman said, I don't want to see y'all until Christmas. He started crashing out a little bit more. Then they won the tag titles. Then Jimmy went away. And then the Rumble happened. And then Roman made him like a bitch with the running back. He got a little revenge with the spear, got eliminated. Then he came out during the commercial break on Raw and was like, yeah, throw ones to the sky for the big goose for winning the Royal Rumble. Like, brother, you should be pissed off.
I mean, I guess it's like a whole family thing. Like, I could fight my family, but you better not fight my family. I'm gonna choose to look at it like that, but it does seem weird, like kayfabe wise, because it's like you just played me and punched me in the face,
Yeah,
then tried to throw me over.
yeah.
I get the Rumble is every man for himself, but shit, it was like 6 other niggas in the ring. Like, why you had to do that to me? But I mean, there's ways to explain it, but it's still like it just seems odd. But
Mm.
let's see how it goes. Let's see where this story turns and everything else. And I really think this is the part of the story where Roman is all by himself, and now he's going to prove that he can get back to the top of the mountain without anyone helping him.
That would be
And I
great.
think
Great looking though.
this could be a way to validate himself, and I think that we may Punk already threw some seeds out there because yeah, you and how many of your cousins? And if you notice now, there is no wise man, there is no bloodline. It's just Roman. Cody even alluded to it in their run up to their fight. He was like, "You're gonna be left all alone, a chief with no island."
Well, the way the vision is looking right now.
Again, that's why I said earlier, like that whole direction with Braun Breaker now, like because you got Roman going after Punk and you're on Raw, feuding with that authority figure, like, what do you do?
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Who, me? Oh,
Yeah.
my fault. Who's my fault?
No, you good.
LA Knight got them fools looking like some Looney Tunes right now, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
seriously, like play some Looney Tunes, play like that Benny Hill or something every time.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
shit. Yeah.
Right now, I'm like, dang, I feel like I'm watching Looney Tunes right now.
You know what I could see though, because we saw a tease of it in the Rumble, and we see that Braun Breaker is going after an authority figure. What would you guys think if Royce Keys' first feud was with the Vision?
And you know how they do with that kind of stuff, man. When you get lost in the vortex when that's the type of stuff happens. Look at Penta. Penta was totally cool till he started getting in other people's business, and now he just kind of go on these side quests. Ping, 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 ping. Where's Penta gonna be this time? Bing, bing, bing. He done fought for a couple titles here and there, and then bing, 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 bing. Man, get in Rey Mysterio's business. Now you getting in the Vision's business. He's getting this. You just like, okay.
The vision is clear that they ain't got no vision.
That's why I put last week. I literally put that in the notes. I was like, their vision is blurry.
Yeah.
After what I heard you brother say last week, I have to agree because I was like, man,
It's gotten kind of blurry.
Mm-hmm.
The Vision needs some cataract surgery.
But I could also wonder, like with Roman picking Punk, and then you have the Masked Man and the feuding with the authority figure and all of that. Could this all be pointing to Seth Rollins possibly being cleared and ready for Mania?
Oh yeah, that man's a madman.
Like I feel like, because after you started seeing them kind of like they were like this rudderless ship kind of almost sort of, and they were just bouncing kind of back and forth between storylines and stuff, and it wasn't a clear direction. And that's hence all the vision is blurry joke. But it's like now maybe that's why they're doing all of this, is to try to set that up for later. So if that pays off with this, the way they've been going, floundering, and then it pays off with Seth coming back and then making room for that feud to have a big match at Mania, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta figure out something. And one last thing though, in case I missed this when y'all covered it. What the hell are we doing with Brock Lesnar?
Vibes.
That's exactly what that felt like. I'm thinking like, oh, he finna attack Jay. He finna attack Jay. Nothing.
Listen, we need to set up his retirement. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get him shined up.
Hey, you asked earlier. Hey, who's left for Gunther?
Not immediately. I want that to happen in Minnesota. Do it in front of his home crowd.
Ain't they going to Minnesota in August?
SummerSlam.
Yep, SummerSlam.
Hey man. Hey Brock.
They're shining Brock up for.
It's time to go home, brother.
Well, then who you want Oba to face Brock at WrestleMania then?
I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, he got eliminated.
Oba needs to go over.
Yeah,
got that right.
Oba
Black
definitely
folks
needs to
be
go over.
avenged. Avenge Kofi, damn it, please.
I say fuck it. Do it on SmackDown on Friday during Black History Month.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Which one is it?
Listen.
He did Kofi in 5, so he got to do him in 3.
Nah, I need a Big E special. If I'm gonna see Brock and Oba, I need a Big E special, dog. Give me at least 10 to 12 minutes of big meaty men slapping meat.
Why didn't they put that man on commentary for that Royal Rumble specifically? You got every single dream he would have wanted in that one.
Big E is so I think he's so talented and intelligent that he's best served on the post and pre-show.
Yeah,
Good point. Okay.
yeah.
Dang.
And with that, speaking of shows, it's time for us this to be a post show. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the GRESH Unleashed podcast. We've actually reached 2 hours this episode. So hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Before we get up out of here, this is the part where we typically do the song of the week type deal. So hopefully you guys enjoy what we brought to the table. My song of the week this week, I think I just saved it on my vibes playlist. It is Rebirth of Slick by Diggable Planets. Cool like that.
Love that song.
I had a different song, but since I mentioned Cuz earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of his. Omari Neville and the Fuel, Black Soul, Heart of Gold.
Cool.
Okay.
Make sure you send that screenshot into the chat.
Oh yeah, let me do that right now.
Your boy gonna select for the first round Black History Month song draft pick. Sounds of Blackness. Hold on. Change is coming.
Hold on. It's all right. Yes, sir. And hopefully you got changes indeed coming. Hopefully you guys enjoy the vibes that we bring every single week. Make sure you guys scan that QR code to subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you guys follow the pod at its Gresh, AO is Gresh everywhere else, or GRESH Unleashed podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Make sure you guys tap into Jermaine on tomorrow, I believe, with
Yes,
another
sir.
edition of the Socio Sports. Make sure you guys tap in with that. Make sure you guys tap in with Mr. Hi-Lite Real, as well with Mike Mayhem Music, as well as everything he got going on. And hopefully you guys follow us all across the socials at _Jermaine. Or at Sucio Sports. It's right there if you looking at the video format. Make sure you follow at Hi-Lite Life, HILITE Life, as well as at Mike Mayhem Music. And you follow yours as truly, as always, at his Gresh, always Gresh everywhere else. And we'll catch you guys next week. But with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. And remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out.